What's up, everyone? Welcome to Wing It Motorsports Garage. So this episode, we're kind of doing a wrap up of the LS and kind of talk about why I didn't make it to the tracks, that sort of thing. It's been a kind of minute since I did the last video. This is actually going to be the third video, and pretty much I'm going to upload 3 at a time tonight. Anyways, I went on vacation for a week, just kind of took a break, everything, since I didn't make it to the track. So issues with the LS, we're getting it in I think 9 days, I think I had, or 11 days. Pretty much everything went according to plan as far as getting the engine in there, and the previous videos kind of talk about that a little bit. But as far as not making the dyno day, the starter was the issue. Everything else was good. Clutch, out brakes, everything else went together fine. Very happy with it. Pretty much the starter, I did not shim it correctly. I mean, we're talking about maybe a 1/16 of an inch clear, or it wasn't clearing enough. And when the starter comes out, the teeth comes out like that, it was just rubbing just very slightly, and that was causing it to bind it up, and I ended up burning up the starter. So I ordered a new one when I got back from my trip, but that one's coming, and I know how to fix it. We're going to shim it again a little bit more and run thicker gauge wire and that kind of thing. So also we're going to do a solenoid up on the firewall or somewhere else. It's a LS is kind of a problem of getting the starter getting hot and not wanting to start during like a drift day or something. So what I'm going to do is put the solenoid up top out of the heat, and that should help with heat soak quite a bit. Hoping that should solve it. And number 2 problem that I ran into, which is not a real big issue, but it would have been if I'd hit the track, is the tensioner, the idler pulley for the alternator bracket. So this is, of course it's hard to see. You can see how the belt is lined up straight right here. Now if I go over, it's very hard to tell, but you can see the idler pulley, which is this one right here, is sticking out further, sticking out towards the front of the car. Basically, there's 3 bolt holes, but if you're running a truck block like I am, you only have the 2 holes. So what happens is when you put some tension on that belt, it wants the idler pulley to walk sideways, and when it walks sideways, it starts walking the belt on the crank pulley. So if I had been drifting, it would have just probably flew right off in some high revs. So that being said, that had to be addressed. Well, I lucked out. Local guy had a OEM F-body bracket. So this here, I can show you what's kind of going on. Like on my bracket, has 3 holes, but I'm only using these 2 here, and this is causing this to walk outward kind of thing. So on this bracket here, I will only use the 2 holes also, but because this won't, this is a big, chunk of aluminum, this isn't going to flex like the, just the plate that I was using before. So we're going to do that over the next few days. I should have all my stuff tomorrow and probably have that all dialed in by the weekend, hopefully. And then also, once that's all dialed in by the weekend, then we're going to get a new dyno day with Forrest down in Memphis, and hopefully get this thing street ready. So that's pretty much it there. But as far as the finished product, this is kind of what it's going to look like mostly. Minus I am going to tuck the wiring, delume a couple things like the O2 sensor plugs. Those are going to get gone. This is a temporary catch can. I still have to order one. I haven't found one I like yet. That's going to get changed, and pretty much just kind of tuck everything up, tuck the wire up, zip tie it, just make everything look real clean. So that being said, there's that. Now another side project I'm going to be working on is headlight swaps. So if you're a Silvia owner and you've been running Silvia cars for a long time, you know that Silvia lights are getting very expensive. So that being said, there is no replacement for a Silvia headlight unless you do a JDM light, and say the duals and triples are running around $500, $600 a pair. So I am creating a solution to this. I'm kind of excited about it because it should work out very well. Let me just get the pieces ready and I'll show them. So there is a company, I forgot what it is, it's on eBay. They sell lenses for the brick headlights. So here's what I'm going to show you. So here's the lens for the brick headlights. You can buy these for around 150, 170, whatever they are, on eBay, but I'm sure there's a store you can actually get them on, Circuit Sport, I don't know, whatever. These are a Silverado headlight off of a, I don't know, 97, whatever. The dimensions for these headlights are the same as a brick. Of course, you know, if you put this up to it, you're going to be like, oh, hey, this is too big, which it is. But if you were to actually take a brick headlight apart, the actual dimensions are very, very, very close to this. So we're going to build basically an outside, like a trim piece that goes all the way around, borders, and then that'll get glued to the light, and then this will get glued to that, and then we'll, you know, darken in all the bottom and on the sides, just like a stock headlight would be. And that should solve my headlight problem. Those Silverado headlights are $40 a pair. So if I bust them up, let's say I got maybe $200 and a little bit of work in a pair of headlights. So it'd be a lot easier and a lot cheaper to replace than dual projectors, or, you know, dual projectors or triple projectors, or the bricks, which are actually, the bricks are around $1,000 for a pair of those now. So that's kind of how I feel about that situation. So anyways, last but not least is the new LS. So you asked me, why do I got a new LS? Well, why would I not get a new LS? As most of you guys, well, some of you know, if you follow me on my Instagram, Facebook, or just friends with me in general, you know that I own a scrapyard with my dad. So we get all sorts of crap in. You know, I've crushed Mustangs, you know, Mercedes, BMWs, everything. So once in a while, I get an LSX swap. You know, I've actually let a few 6.0s go and a couple 5.3s, but now it's kind of getting to the point where they're worth more and people are actually wanting them, you know, and then you're seeing a lot more people doing LSs. So I've been keeping everything I find. That's where the, you know, this 6.0 came out as a Isuzu box truck motor. Got it for free. All I had to do was pull it out, and then I sent it to my engine builder. This, however, is a 6.2 LS3. Well, it's probably L99 or L92, whatever they want to call it. But LS3 block, 6.2 out of a, I don't know, probably it was a 2010 Escalade. It came in, it was burnt. Now, it burnt pretty crispy. But as far as, you know, the metal goes, the block and the heads are fine. Inside, I'm sure got toasty, so, you know, it's not like I'm going to be able to throw an intake on it and some oil and go. No, it's going to need a full rebuild. But the blocks are expensive. You know, a 6.2 liter block, if you wanted to buy one brand new, they're $2,800, and that's a bare block. You don't have anything in it, no rotating assembly, no crank, nothing. This, you know, it'd probably be worth a good grand, $1,200 if I wanted to sell it to somebody, but I'm not. I'm going to have it rebuilt. This will probably be the winter build. I'd say backup motor, but most likely this will get swapped in after it's rebuilt over the winter and maybe into the spring into my current car. And then the 6.0 will go pretty much under my shelf, wrapped up tight. That way, if say I explode one, I have a backup 6.0 ready to go. Because if you're in the drift world, you know that backup motors are a necessity. So this motor here, you know, they break, I think, around like 420, somewhere in there, like stock, but you cam them, you do some head work to them, and you can bump them up close to 500 pretty quick. Now, if you bore them out and you do some crazy shit like that, you can basically turn them into an LS7 block. I mean, a little bit of machine work, but I have a guy. So I'm kind of tempted to go that route. I've always wanted an LS7 build. It'd be pretty cool to get something around like 600 horsepower NA. Would be super fun, especially in this 240, which is super light, and, you know, it's just a fun car in general. So that being said, it's a side project. I'm probably not going to tear into it right away, unless I just want to send it to my guy and just have him, you know, take it apart, make sure everything's right, and then maybe just bore it out and have it ready to be built. So that's kind of just, you know, down the road. But it's here. I cleaned it up. I mean, it had a lot of crap on it. If you were following my Instagram, my personal Instagram, you would have saw that it was pretty rough. So that being said, that's pretty much it for now. I'll do a follow-up video once the car's up and running correctly, and, you know, and hopefully get it to a track. We don't really have a track day planned for the next couple weeks. Pretty much this whole July, I'm just going to be kind of hanging out, just finishing up some projects like the motorcycle, you know, the old Honda, and a few things like that around the house. You know, we're looking at August, probably going to the track and, you know, actually tearing it up. So that's kind of the plan. But hope you guys stay tuned for the next couple videos. I'll try to keep you updated on the projects as I go with the lights. Maybe to kind of do a how-to, like I'll build one and then do a how-to on the next one. That way it goes a little smoother and easier. That way you guys can see that, and it'd be a good replacement headlight for anyone who's got a Sylvia car. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and a little series on the LS and how quickly you can get it done if you throw a whole lot of cash at it. So hope you guys stay tuned to the next one. See you later.